of the General Auditing Code, the Secretary to the Commission on Audit. And there is a provision there which says that where public interest or public funds are involved, then the Commission on Audit has the right to audit a private entity to trace whether it is beneficial to the people or not. And I believe that provision is still there. I hope it is still there. And that is very important because public interest is at stake here. Just those 2 points, Mr. President.
I don't know if I heard that. I may be wrong, but I kind of read somewhere that Aguinaldo Coa says that supporting the claim of Senator Gordon that it is not subject to an audit because it is really a private entity.
A private entity, I'm sorry.
I may be wrong. I said at this point. Let me just also be fair. I may not have heard it, but maybe I was just dreaming. It's going to be a long legal battle if he refuses, because COA is an independent body. Nobody would want also to tinker with another lahat. How now to not really force, but persuade COA to conduct the investigation, audit, because if he refuses, that would be a dereliction of duty. Then I said this will involve a long legal battle, but I am prepared to go into it and demand really the accountability of Senator Gordon and all of them in the Red Cross to account for the money that was given by the government of the Philippines for the longest time. And what is really very telling is that I have yet to get a copy of the report which they should be furnishing me every end of the year. Wala silang binigay, wala naman sinabi kung ano. At least we might be able to glean somewhere there about the contribution of the Republic of the Philippines. We are prepared for this battle with itong Red Cross. And of course, si Senator Gordon.
Mr. President, please.
Yeah.
Under the Bayanihan law, the Office of the President was being required to submit a weekly report to the Senate as well as to the Congress of the Philippines.
We've been doing it.
We did it, Your Honor, for how many weeks? Voluminous records. As the records will bear us out that weekly reports were done and under Bayanihan 1 and 2. It was a very tedious task, Mr. President. At the very least, they would have at least cared to read those reports. So we could have avoided this hearing, Your Honor, this daily hearings, Your Honor. We're only on the 5th day, and I think they intend to break the record of the B9 investigation for 25 days, Your Honor. We're wasting so much time, effort, in fighting a pandemic, Your Honor. We cannot waste a daily hearing on all these matters, Your Honor.
There's so many things to take care of actually on the home front. And if you keep on calling people to testify there, how can they work? For example, Secretary Galvez, pati si pati paano tayo makatrabaho nito kung nandoon kayo? Well, anyway, I'd tell you why. The reason is because election time and they want exposure. And they think that if they come up with certain corruption cases, true or false, they could get the mileage. That's the only reason also why we are doing it to them is because they cannot have, Gordon cannot have his cake and eat it too. So, in my, yung tinutumbok niya, sasagot ako. Now, Gordon, no? Itong si Gordon, ginamit niya si Asierto. Asierto was a policeman. Dito dapat police officer itong gagong to eh. He was one of those responsible for the importation of AK-74 or AK-47 na pumunta sa kamay ng mga kalaban, NPA. Ganito kagagawa itong police na to. And you know what? Nung tinatakot niya ito si matagal ko nang kilala ko siya ito kasi nagsumbong yung mga Chinese businessmen na pinapatawag sila nito ni Asierto and company because of charges of totoo ba raw, involved sila sa charges. Kaya alam mo na tinatakot. So, nung kinuha ko yung records, si Asierto lang ang nagre-report doon against Michael Yang. Kanyang report lang, kanyang dossier, if you may. Siya lang ang nagre-report. So, I knew that he was setting up Michael Yang para for either extortion or outright minsan nahulihin nila. Ilan ang nahuli nito ni Asierto na Chinese na kinidnap, nagbayad ng ransom tapos pinatay pa rin. Yan ang trabaho ni Asierto. He is guilty of treason against the country and a criminal at that. And he is being utilized by Gordon. So kaya Gordon, sumabay ka na kay Asierto. Pareho na kayo, halos pareho na yung style mo. Hindi pa siya din yung tinuturong mastermind ng 13 billion shabu shipment noong July 2018 sa Manila International Container Port at nakalagay sa loob ng abandoned magnetic filters at missing shabu bag in containers na nakita sa Cavite. Namumuliti ka itong si Gordon using mga dubious and underworld characters sa naging character na sa police files for committing crimes. Marami itong patay na yung masakit yung nagbigay ng pera tapos patay pa rin. Who's going to report next? Mon, for the longest time you want to say something? Just tell the people that what we're doing with their money and the efforts
Yes,
to
thank you,
spend it wisely.
Mr. President. I have just a short report about force lights. I think mga 2 weeks ago, I've given a fuller report, but just a more recent update on the DTI. DTI po ay isa pong, of course, your agency, tumutulong sa trabaho, negosyo, at consumer. Dito po sa ngayong report ay yung patungkol sa negosyo. Yung pagtulong lalo na itong pandemya na nawala ng maraming trabaho, mga na-displace, na-repatriate, na OSWs. So we've been doing a lot of assistance Up to the barangay level, pinupuntahan po natin yon. We've reached out to 14 or 13,918 barangay to reach out to 154,000 micro SMEs para matulungan sila in terms of training, business assistance, kung ano mga kailangan nila, information materials, market information, and also 890,000 number of individuals provided with information training on various livelihood opportunities. Meron po tayong programa, meron po tayong maliit na budget na at least nakakatulong pagbigay ng livelihood kits. Ito yung ginagamit ko ang negosyo. Yung bilin ninyo noon, magbigay ng kahit paninda sa palengke, 5,000 to 10,000 worth. Para at least may pangkabuhayan na siya. In other words, we teach them how to fish. Rather than bigyan natin 10,000, dole out. Kung hindi, itong 10,000, 5,000, 10,000, ibili mong paninda, yung kinita mo doon, pambenta mo ulit kinabukasan, at meron ka ng hanap buhay araw-araw. So, yun po yung sistema natin. And we've been doing this in terms of our livelihood kits. Ganun din po yung programa sa pangkabuhayan, sa pagbangon at ginawa. 26,930 clients assisted. The number of trainings conducted kasi bago bigyan din ng assistance, nabibigay tayo ng training. 24,000 ang livelihood kits provided. At karamihan po dito, ito po yung mga nakalamidad, nasunugan, nabaha, yung mga bagyo. At ito po yung pinupuntahan na nationwide. Dati walang pondo si DTI dito, pero tinulungan tayo ni Senator Bongo na at least makapag-allocate ng pondo para makatulong sa mga nasalanta ng sakuna. May pahabol pala ako. Mr. President, the other night, we were discussing the need to have a different approach dito sa ating pag-solve sa COVID, hindi lang lockdown. We proposed twice sa IATF na at least i-allow na yung mga vaccinated. I think some senators, congressmen also said, panapasin na natin yung mga vaccinated, lalo na dun sa mga areas na bawal sa ngayon. Ngayon, under MECQ, bawal yung mga restaurant na dine-in, bawal yung mga personal care services like salon, barbershops. These are labor-intensive. Itong sector na ito, mga 2 million ang employed sa restaurant, mga dine-in, ang mga salon, mga 400,000. So, nationwide. If you look into NCR lang po, even if you divide it, malaki pa rin, 1.2 million employed. So, these sectors have been closed since August 6. Nung nag-ECQ, and after that, nag-MECQ tayo, pero ginawang sarado pa rin siya. And fine, kasi mataas yung kaso nga noon. Unfortunately, tumagal, more than 1 month na. So sabi nga ng mga nagtatrabaho dyan, hindi nga kami mamatay ng COVID, mamatay kami ng gutom, ng hunger. So, ang iniisip po natin, safe reopening, especially during itong MECQ, yung middle ground is para safe. We allow only the vaccinated. Safe sila dito sa mga restricted sectors na to. And we can say na vaccinated na below 65 years old. Kasi pag vaccinated na mas matanda, above 65, delikado pa rin pag tinamaan ng COVID na pwedeng maging severe critical. Pero yung mas bata ay mas malakas. Pero nasa health expert natin kung gusto nilang lagyan ng age. Pero ang importante po, pag vaccinated, ang promise ng vaccine, hindi magiging severe and critical. So ito po nakikita nating middle ground as a solution na habang sarado yung sector, at least we allow the vaccinated na pumasok dun sa sector na yun because the principle is hindi sila maging severe at critical kung tumahan sila. At dahil sa kung effective naman yung mga vaccine na ina-apply natin. And we can pilot test this in NCR, kasi sa NCR, over 50% na ang vaccinated. So I think we believe na dahil vaccinated, hindi maging severe critical, hindi magiging, hindi ma-overwhelm yung ating mga ospital. So yun po yung isang nililinis na guideline. Kaya hindi pa po natin na-finalize yung guideline. But I think it's about time we change our protocol pagdating po dito sa at least allowing the vaccinated. And we've talked to some secretaries, mga kasama natin, and open naman po sila dito sa i-pilot test ito. Thank you, Mr. President.
Secretary Galvez, yes, on slide.
Yes, please show my slide. Mr. President, Senator Bongbong, ES, Secretary Dominguez, my fellow cabinet members, magandang gabi po at ating mga next slide, please. Sir, ang Pilipinas po ay expecting a much bigger volume this September with the steady supply from Sinovac, Pfizer, and US co-vax donation. Production issues of AstraZeneca, Moderna, and Sputnik have been resolved, na-resolve po ng ating DOF negotiating team under US ECOVEN, pamumuno po ng ating Secretary Dominguez. So we can expect now a bigger volumes of COVAX with an initial 5.5 million Pfizer and 2 million Sinovac. We also heard that they will also deliver some AstraZeneca in the future. Then Pfizer and Moderna will also begin to scale up their deliveries with expected 5 million deliveries this month each. Ang AstraZeneca rin po ay mag-deliver na sa mga private sector at maganda po ito dahil kasi karamihan po 80% po napupunta po sa LGU. And then yung issue ng Sputnik at Russian Direct Investment Fund, ito po ay naantay po ng ating mga LGUs dahil kasi marami na po na over na po ang kanilang inaantay na component number 2, yung second dose. Pero huwag po silang mag-alala dahil kasi po yung component 1 can sustain kasi mataas po ang efficacy niya ng 70 to 83%. So darating na po yung 190,000 component as they have promised, and they might begin yung deliveries ng single dose ng Sputnik Light. Also this month. So one dose po yan. And then on our vaccination, despite the challenges and constraints, we're still on track. We have received already 54 million doses, and we have already administered 37.8 million doses. Actually, 38 po yan. And we have already had more than 16 million are now fully vaccinated. Next slide, please.
Yay.
So the Philippines also expected to receive more than 61 million vaccine for the month of September and October. Pinambayad po natin. And also, we are now negotiating for next year, for 2022, as directed by Secretary Dominguez. Because we are now negotiating with 4 manufacturers with introduction of reformulated booster. Yung reformulated booster po, tinuig po nila para po makuha yung variant. So parang ito po yung mga next generation na booster. Pero isa lang po ang gagawin na para ma-extend po yung ating efficacy. And then also yung full authorization of Pfizer and maybe other brands in the future will change our procurement strategies kasi yung mga ating mga LGU at mga private sector pwede na pong dumiretso. Wala na po tayong magiging MPA. And then number 6, we are recalibrating our focus and expand strategy, giving more allocation now to Region 4A. So sa Region 4A na po tayo mauna, then Region 3, Region 7, Region 6, Region 10, Region 11, and other search area as directed by the President. Then, marami pong etymologies sa US and other countries, sinasabi nila na vaccine alone cannot stop Delta. And we need to increase prevention strategy, the effective masking, the ventilation, and massive vaccination. Mr. President, inanupunan namin talaga na dapat yung people's participation kasi talagang kung hindi po susunod yung mga tao sa atin, kahit paano gagawin po natin, talaga mahirapan po tayo. So we carry po, Mr. President, video influence with the masa na talagang po natin, encourage po natin talaga na they have to really protect themselves and their family. Next slide, last slide. Then ito po yung darating na mga bakuna sa atin po ngayong September. So sa Sinovac po, nag-commit na po tayo, may kontrata na po tayo, at ito po ay inasyon na po na darating yung 12 million. And then yung Pfizer, ito po yung ating procured na 40 million. Ito po yung kanilang last delivery for the last quarter. At sa darating po mga buwan, 10 million each na po ang bibigay po nila. And then Moderna, nagkaroon po tayo ng negotiation and also the follow-up of DFA, at saka po ni Secretary Renzana at saka ni Ambassador Babes Romualdez, tatasan po ng from 3 to 5 million. And then nasa Selicam, meron na po tayo na receipt kanina na 500,000 at may darating pa po na 600,000 coming September 13. And then Sputnik, at yung po Sputnik, nagkakako po sila na magbibigay po na 1 million. And another donation most likely sa Japan, another AstraZeneca 1 million. And sa COVAX, they assured us to have at